A new study published in the journal Nature looked into the history of human Neanderthal sex, and they discovered something that changes what researchers previously believed. So they say the following, quote, researchers extracted DNA from a 40,000-year-old jawbone found in 2002 in southwestern Romania, which is claimed to come from the oldest modern human found in Europe. The sample is more closely related to Neanderthals than any other modern human looked at before. 6 to 9% of its genome is from Neanderthals. This is an unprecedented amount. Europeans and East Asians today have more like 2%. Okay, so they go on to explain that interbreeding between humans and Neanderthals occurred 50 to 60,000 years ago in the Middle East. So that's what we knew. But now we learned it was actually prevalent, and perhaps more prevalent, in Europe and East Asia. Now let me give you one more fact here that I love so much. I can't tell you how much I love this fact, because it flips the narrative of racists right on its head. Okay? The only place in the world where there wasn't interbreeding with Neanderthals, Sub-Saharan Africa. So let's understand this. The idea of ultra-right-wing people and open racists, look at Hitler, for example, and what he believed. The idea was, the Germanic people, the Aryan race, which didn't exist, by the way. We are superior to black people, gypsies, Jews, you go down a list. People have this rigid hierarchy of like, well, come on, white people are on the top, let's be honest. And then, the darker the skin gets, the lower you are, of course. Turns out that scientifically, it's Europeans and East Asians who have most interbred with Neanderthals and have more Neanderthal DNA in us than people in Africa. If you were to ask them, they would have said the opposite. There's, of course, the primitive black people, they got the Neanderthal DNA, not us. Look, we have white skin. We're so pure. We're just supreme. We're at the top of the food chain here. Okay, guys? Scientifically inaccurate. So if you use the racist logic, let's do that now. You ready for this? Now, we don't believe in the racist logic because we're smart, but if you use their own logic, well, look, Europeans, East Asians, they're the ones that have the fucking Neanderthal DNA. Maybe they're the inferior ones, right? I'm just posing it, man. Science. Science.